What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about 7 things that you should absolutely know before moving to the Berkshires. We're going to be talking about some things that are definite pros, some things that are cons, and some things that are up for interpretation depending on the type of person that you are. You're going to want to stick around for the 7th item. You're probably not expecting it. If you're not from the area and you don't know a ton about the area, you probably don't know about it. So stick around to find out what that is. Please like and subscribe this content if you enjoy it. It means the world to me, and let's dive right into it. Number 1 is going to be the housing prices in the area. You can still find houses in Pittsfield or North Adams or some of the surrounding areas for $200,000. And I'm not talking something that is in need of being gutted down to the studs. You can just move right into these places and they're perfectly fine. Now, I'm not trying to mislead you in a way where you should think that you're going to move out here with 200 grand and buy something that has a brand new kitchen and is completely perfect. But if your goal is homeownership, it's a very obtainable goal here. Number 2 is kind of up for interpretation, but it's the cold, harsh winters that we have here in the Berkshires. If you're somebody that absolutely does not want to shovel snow, if you do not like being cold, you're really looking in the wrong area. There's a few months out of the year here that get very, very cold. For me, it's actually a pro. I love to ski. I have my ski pass to Jiminy Peak, which is, about a 15-minute drive from my house in Pittsfield. However, I understand some people don't love it, but at the end of the day, it is absolutely gorgeous here when the snow is on the trees and, in the fall when the leaves are changing, and those seasons are really a huge draw for a lot of people. But if cold is not your thing, go to Florida, go to Southern California. I don't know, not here. Number 3 is an absolute pro. The outdoor recreation that we have in the area is incredible. Like I just mentioned, I am a skier. I love skiing. It is awesome having different mountains that I can go skiing at within 15 minutes of my house. I mean, I have 2 options within 15 minutes of my house. It can be at Jiminy Peak in 15, or in 10 minutes I can be at Bosque. You can't find that in a lot of places. It's really special to the area. Another thing that I love about our local ski areas is they have lights on the mountain, so you can ski until like 9 or 10 o'clock. So if you're moving here and getting a job at, say General Dynamics or something like that, you'll be able to get off of work and go ski, for a few hours before you turn in for the night, and rinse and repeat. Kind of can be a ski bum while being someone who works here. Aside from skiing, we of course have all sorts of mountain biking trails, hiking trails. If you like kayaking or paddleboarding, there's a bunch of beautiful lakes in the area that you can explore. Really, the options are endless. I'm sure I'm missing a ton of things that people like to do here. If you can think of it, we really have it, unless you're a surfer. I mean, I love surfing, but that's even not too bad here either. Like 3 hours and I'm at the beach and in the water. So number 4 is the lack of nightlife. Now, that's not to say that you can't go out and have a good time here. There are good bars. I recently published a blog post on the best 4 bars in Pittsfield. Some of those are open till after midnight. But if you're someone that likes to go out and have a great time out at the club or whatever, not my thing. But if that's you, this is probably not the area for you. That's not to say that we don't have that within reach, but you're talking, an hour drive to Springfield or Albany to go to, these types of like real nightlife venues. That being said, we have a lot of great musicians and whatnot in the area, so you can go out and have a good time and see bands, but you're not staying out here until 3 in the morning, and that's just the way it is. For number 5, we're going to be talking about the area's cultural attractions. If you're someone who likes live music, art, or theater, this is an amazing place to live. We have amazing places to explore, like the Colonial Theater, or if you like theater, Barrington Stage Company is right in Pittsfield. The Mahawi Theater in Great Barrington brings all sorts of cool artists. For music, Tanglewood is absolutely incredible. It's a second home to the Boston Symphony Orchestra. Headliners such as James Taylor or Train go there all the time. Really fun venue too, because you can get relatively cheap tickets and sit on the lawn and bring a picnic spread and hang out with your friends there. Or if you're really into the artist, you can get tickets in what they call the shed, which is right up by the, by the stage. And you can get really up close and personal to the artist. For art, Stockbridge is incredible because it was Norman Rockwell's home for quite a while. So the Norman Rockwell Museum there is amazing. I personally love Mass Mocha. That's my favorite in the area. It's the Modern Art Museum. Right now there's an actual roller coaster in there. A lot of cool other art exhibits and whatnot too. The Clark up in North Adams is fantastic. You really won't get bored of exploring the cultural attractions here in the Berkshires. For number 6, we're going to talk about the variety of lifestyles that you can achieve here in the Berkshires. If you're looking to buy a house in the middle of the woods and be completely secluded, not have any neighbors, not see anybody for as long as you possibly can, you can certainly achieve that here. You could buy a house that has a good chunk of land for not a crazy amount of money and, you know, do your thing. But if you want to live somewhere where you do know your neighbors, you can absolutely find that here too. So there's a really good balance of, you know, there's a very good balance of options that you can find in the area. You know, it doesn't suit everybody necessarily. Like if you're into living in a city, a big city, like you want to be somewhere like Boston or New York City, this is not it. You know, this is rural here compared to that. But there are still suburbs that you can live in here that are incredible. Like Pittsfield has tons and tons of houses that you can choose from. Great Barrington is a highly desirable area for second homeowners and first homeowners alike. Really, whatever lifestyle you're looking for, there's a good chance we have it here. And finally, number 7, when you live in a small town, it is a small world. Now, that's not to say that you can't buy your little piece of land and have your cabin in the woods and get away and disappear and not know anybody here. Like if that's what you want to do your thing, you can do that. But if you do get involved in the community here, people really do know each other. It's inevitable. There's not a bajillion people here like if you live in New York City. If you get involved with people here, you're gonna run into them when you're at the grocery store. You're gonna run into them when you go out for a drink. And I think that's awesome. Some people don't. And it just comes down to how you feel about that. Well, that's all I got for you today. Those are the 7 things that you should know about the Berkshires before moving here. Don't forget to like and subscribe this content if you enjoyed it. I am a local real estate agent, so if you are looking to move to the area and you would like some help finding that perfect spot, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. All my contact information is below, along with my website. I'll see you in the next one.